I just found out my husband is gay. My name is Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation, and this happens, and it's kind of sad. I'm not going to tell you about how you should have known because blah, blah, blah. The truth is, when somebody hides this, as your husband did, he made really certain that you would not find out. Why did he hide it? Is it really important to know? He may have been hiding it from himself. He too may have just come to the conclusion that he's gay, and that's not the problem. The problem is that your husband could cheat on you, and that's a problem. There are many people who lean towards something, but they don't exercise it. For instance, there are people who are filled with anger to the point of rage, but they never harm anybody. They don't burn buildings down or blow people up or set schools on fire. But inside, they want to. So do you go, I just discovered my husband is a pyromaniac? No. But if he burns something down, you do. So let's really take a look at this, not from the perspective of his proclivity towards wanting sexual partners of his own gender. The real problem is that he expressed to you, if that's how you found out, that he wants to. So it may appear that there's nothing you can do, but that isn't the case. You see, there's an underlying necessity that exists within each one of us that is not addressed before we get married. In fact, we as a society, we're so shallow in terms of marriage that it's pathetic. We get married. If you were, for instance, on a dating site, they want to know whether you go bowling, whether you prefer horseback riding. Dumb stuff compared to love, right? So let's talk about love in comparison to the dumb stuff. The dumb stuff is virtually everything material. We are combinations. We are both material and spiritual beings. Our bodies are material. They have to have food. They have to have oxygen. They need to be protected from the elements. So we have to earn money. We have to learn how to cook. These are the things that tend to come before what is much more important, because the other part of us is the bigger part. In fact, if you were to do proportions, the material side of us is like a pimple on an elephant. What is the elephant? It's your spiritual nature. You're a soul. The term soulmate wasn't invented by a card company. It describes you and your husband. You are soulmates. But because we get into marriage without thinking about it, without applying ourselves to expanding the love, solidifying the connection, investing our effort into the happiness and the love. Because of that, we invest our energy into having children, which is, even that is a material thing. Our jobs, our friends, books, movies, you name it. So what's happening with your husband? Forget about that he's gay. The real problem, the real issue here is that you are not giving him the love that he needs as a soul. Because if you were, even if he had these sexual desires, they wouldn't come up. Because what he really needs is the soul connection. Don't be distracted. Don't be distracted by his sexual desire. Instead, say, and I'm not saying you're at fault for his being gay. Don't misunderstand. I'm not saying that at all. If it's a fault, he's gay. Who cares? He's black. He's Caucasian. He's Asian. Who cares? He's tall. He's short. He has long arms, short arms. Who cares? The gay is part of the material aspect of your husband. But his soul is not getting the connection that he needs, which you promised him when you married him. Now, it was a subconscious desire on his part and on your part to go for unconditional love, which is the benefit of marriage, isn't it? We get married to be happy. Do you make your husband happy? Do you do everything you can to create a happy environment in the home? If the answer is no, there's your real problem. Do you love your husband unconditionally? Are you giving everything in your heart to let him know from how he sees you? Is he aware of a deep love and passion for him? If the answer is no, that's your problem. So the takeaway from this video should be to not be distracted by this revelation. Don't be distracted. And I know it's really hard to go, oh yeah, how could I possibly please him? He's gay. Because pleasing somebody is not a physical thing. It's about opening the heart. And that's where the failure in your marriage is, not in his being gay. The failure in your marriage is in the lack of connection at the heart level. I'm going to leave it there because it's plenty for you to chew on. And hopefully, you'll stop feeling sorry for yourself. You won't feel resentment towards him. You won't feel cheated. And you will take a look at yourself and see if anything that I'm saying is true. Because then the next steps, I can't predict them in this video. Is he wanting to bring men into your relationship? Is he leaving you? Is he just letting you know so you know? Those are different topics. And those topics are covered in other videos and articles, and you could write to one of our counselors and get more information. But please, don't be distracted by this. Don't get caught up in the idea that he's gay, therefore. This has nothing to do with that. He let you know for a reason. And that's the reason is that he's not being fulfilled in your marriage. Okay, now I'm going to leave it at that. God bless you. God bless your husband. God bless your family. And you could sign up and hear more videos. You know how to do that. You could like this, leave a comment. God bless you. Take care.